Guys, remember, details tonight. We don't change anything in our show.
Nope.
It remains the same show.
Yes.
You can get better. It's perfectly okay to get better, but you don't get worse. You don't play games on stage. You don't do anything that would lack professionalism while you are out there performing.
Amen.
Tends to be the sense for the more immature in the cast to want to play around and goof off on the closing nights of a show. We do not goof off and close our show with any less than the best quality that we can give our audience and that we have been attempting to give our audience every night that we've been out here. Okay?
Hoorah.
Remember that as you step off the stage, if you are done with your costume, the costumers will be back there to strip you down and take your costume.
All right.
It's absolutely their favorite night.
Male costumers. This is what I want to know.
Sorry about that.
I'm just saying.
If you have extra costume pieces that you had tried but didn't get back to them, this is the perfect time to get those back to them as well, so that we can get all of those kinds of things collected. The more we get collected tonight, the better, so that we don't have to hound you for the next 6 months trying to collect things. So please get them turned in so they can check you off and say, okay, you were very good and true and honest and faithful, and all of those wonderful words that they might say.
Reverend?
All right, Reverend, we'll put that in too, whatever. At the end of the show, please get out of whatever your last costume is as quickly as you possibly can and into your grubbies so that you can come out on stage and help out with the teardown of the set. It shouldn't take us a terribly long time. If everybody pitches in and puts just a little bit of time into it, we should be able to get it done very fast. The first thing that I need to see done is the on-stage step units taken apart. I know how that works. I will work on that and need a few people to help with that. Then we will roll those down the aisles and take them out the back door into the truck. And we were able to get a larger truck. The other day they told me we were only going to get a 17-footer, which wouldn't do the job. Today they gave me a 26-footer. But they didn't give me a lift gate. So it means we slide it up a ramp and then lift at the last minute in. And I'll help direct how that happens. This is when I become a director, so we don't destroy the sets or the truck. This being our last performance, I need to express my appreciation to all of you. I know that it's been a long, hard process getting ready, especially that last final 4 days once we get in here and try to make it all happen the way it's supposed to happen, and frustratedly, if that's a word, each night find that it's not quite what we hoped and dreamed and thought it was going to be, because technically getting a show this large together in 4 days is probably really impossible, and Dominic even agrees over there.
You got it.
Oh, he's cute.
It's just a very, very difficult process, and we just don't have enough staff and enough people that we're able to get every little detail taken care of, and we find those out as we go along that first weekend. And I apologize for the difficulties the first weekend. All of us experienced it. All of us went through it. Hopefully we grow a little bit stronger through some of those trials and tribulations that we had. And we have grown each weekend to be a little bit stronger, a little bit better. Last night our audience was over 400 people. That was very nice. Very nice. I'm counting on 600 tonight. Maybe we won't get it, but we might. You never know. Yeah, that was the highest we had this year. Yes.
Wow.
A lot of the credit simply goes to the professionalism that you approached your rehearsals with, as well as your performances with, the experience that you've had with each other in sharing together as you've gone through the experience of putting the show together. And that's kind of a unique, very, very special thing. And in every show that you do, you find that kind of uniqueness. Hopefully you find that in this particular show, it's a little bit different from every other show that's ever happened around this area. It's very strange, very different, and hopefully it's something that has really helped you in your own personal growth and in your interactions with each other, that it's made a difference in your lives. Hopefully some of the corny dialogue that tends to be some of the songs that I pick that finalize the first act and finalize the end of the show and things like that. Take a little root within you and make you realize that the opportunity for personal growth and for human interaction and concern for one another is the message of what Best of Broadway is all about, and very, very, very important to you as well as to me. And hopefully it makes a difference in your lives and makes a difference in everything that you do, everywhere that you go. You know, share that message. If you share nothing else from the show ever with anybody, say, once I was in this show and there was some meaning behind what we were doing, and that it makes a difference to people. We've had a number of fabulous people that have worked with us, from doing our choral direction and our children's choreography and direction, the choral direction with the children, the 500 choreographers that all stepped in and took 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 numbers, whatever it was, and through the circumstances of having a stage that had trailers on it and junk all over it and green grass and everything else, somehow made miracles happen and made it all come together. So I really express my appreciation for those people that put all that extra work and effort into it. Special appreciation for Sleeping Beauty over here that slept here every night.
Yeah, Chris. Hey, Chris.
We lost very little in the process. We lost most of it before he was sleeping here, so once he got here, he was a great guard, running around with the swords every night, challenging everybody that was there. It was a sword in one hand and the handkerchief in the other. I have no idea what that means, but, but he did a great job.
That's right.
Karen for keeping all of our control backstage and keeping us posted. That's been very, very nice for us. And Mary and all of her helpers, all of the different folks that stepped in different times doing the props and that kind of stuff backstage, all of those things make it all happen. It's kind of a crummy, lousy area backstage to have to deal with, but somehow they make it a little bit better and make it all work for us. I'm sure that we need to express appreciation to all of the folks from Fair Oaks Theater Festival. So any of those people that are running around out there, they helped set up everything for the party last night. They shared in providing some of the food for the party last night. So tell them how much you appreciate them making this a home for us to be able to perform in. For Michael, who has practically killed himself climbing up there in that sound booth and getting all the sound to work for us.
Good job, Michael.
It's a nightmare situation, and it's an absolute no-win situation when you take on that job. When you take on the job of doing sound for a show, every time a mic goes off, whether it's our fault or his fault or just the fault of equipment or whatever it is, he's the guy that takes the blame. So it's time to pat him on the butt and say, you know, that's okay.
Can I go okay?
Oh, Michael.
Where's your bike, Mike?
We did the best job that we could do with it and made it work the very best that we could. It's a whole different experience when you do things outdoors and you have all kinds of sound that interferes from different sources. You don't have walls that control it. You got sirens. One night we got red lights blinking. And, I don't know what in the world's going on half the time. But it's kind of fun and kind of a neat experience. I thank all those people who gave so much. And I thank all of you who gave so much. It means a lot. And Dominic, who's still giving. Yes.
Yes.
It's enough appreciation just to be a part of you guys. Definitely. So, let's get ourselves together.
Dave, real quick, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I do have a little thank you for closing night, so please see me if you didn't get one. I don't want anybody to be left out. Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, get together and get a hold of somebody close by.